There is a guy who made the McDonald's All-American game, but no one is talking about this guy. So, who is he, and what is his unlikely story to how he got to where he is today? Bryce Thompson. Meet the 6'4" and 170-pound 5-star recruit. He is a flat-out beast on the court. So, why is no one talking about this guy? And to get into that story, we gotta throw it all the way back to where things started. Most players that make the McDonald's All-American game have been at the top their whole life. However, for Thompson, his story is a little different. As he was growing up, he received little to no attention at all for basketball. As he started getting older though, he got a little better each and every year. And as his game started progressing slowly each year, so did his ranking. He went from being unranked to being ranked 70. And with being at 70, that's pretty good. But Bryce, he wasn't satisfied. He continued to progress over the spring and summer before his senior year. And as just a junior, he was named the 2018 through 2019 Oklahoma Basketball Player of the Year. He had a very outstanding season, averaging right at 19.6 points per game. And he also pitched in over 5 assists per game and added 5 rebounds to go along with that. He was even so good, a coach from an opposing team went on to say this: Thompson is a special player with some special talent. He's a great shooter and he's gotten very good at distributing the basketball as well. He really keeps the pressure on the defense and is so dangerous in the open court. Now that is very high praise from a coach from an opposing team. Not only did Bryce put up great stats for his junior year, he also led his team to a 26-2 record. And oh yeah, he led his team to the Class 6A state championship. And at this point in time, he actually jumped his ranking up from 70 to 46. So heading into his senior year, I guess it would be fair to say he had pretty big expectations. And just like he did ever since he was a kid, he kept improving every year. Bryce eventually jumped all the way up into the top 20 of the rankings. And by this time, he had a ton of colleges drooling over him. Everybody wanted this guy. But one thing that is very important and very key is that Bill Self at Kansas has been recruiting this kid even before he was getting a ton of hype. He goes on to say this in an interview: "I thought he was a good player as a sophomore. I thought he was really good as a junior. After his junior year, I realized we had to have him." Also adding on to say, quote unquote, "I mean, he's a talent, but certainly I think the intangibles he brings will benefit our team every bit as much as his talent." Not only has Bill Self been recruiting him before a lot of other schools, his recruiting process goes all the way back to when he was just in 3rd grade. Now, he wasn't actually recruiting him in 3rd grade, but they did have a relationship. Kansas was actually in Tulsa for a postseason game, and he got to take a picture with him. And Bryce Thompson said this: "That was my first time to meet Coach Self in person. It's crazy how it's all come back full circle and now I'm about to sign with Kansas." Bill Self actually also coached Bryce Thompson's dad as well. He coached Bryce's dad at Tulsa, so they've always had that deep connection. So long story short, there's not too much to say. Bryce Thompson's commitment and signing with Kansas came as a shock to nobody. It was very clear from the start that he was going to sign with Kansas if they wound up offering him. Kansas was literally recruiting this guy when not too many other schools were. So I think it's safe to say that they definitely got ahead of the game and kind of got lucky. Regardless of however you want to say it, whether it was they was recruiting him early or the connection with his dad, he wound up signing with Kansas. And for his senior year, which is currently right now, Bryce Thompson, he's putting on a show. He's just one guy that continues to improve each and every season. His numbers and stats get better each year, his overall game gets better each year, and his ranking gets better each year. I don't want to say Bryce completely came out of nowhere because it's not like Colin Sexton, he didn't make this jump just from 1 year. But however, his story is kind of different from anyone else's that I've covered. He had a very slow and steady grind to get to where he is today. He kept improving every year without getting any hype and any attention really. And to me, that's very impressive. And even after making the McDonald's All-American game, which is one of the greatest honors in sports, still nobody is talking about this guy. It really just completely blows my mind that no matter what this kid does, even if he keeps improving, he still isn't getting any attention and hype really. But hey, maybe he likes it that way. Maybe he does like to keep it low key and just continue to shine. All I'm saying is you guys better quit sleeping and get your eyes up because this kid, he's up next. Shortly after Kansas landed this 5-star prospect, Bill Self went on to say this: I think he's got a chance to be a special player. He's got some things you can't teach from an IQ standpoint. And oh yeah, I did some digging. This kid actually has a 3.3 GPA all throughout high school, so that's pretty impressive. I really don't even think it's close. This is the best kid in the McDonald's All-American game, and even probably the country, that no one is talking about. So, is everyone going to continue to sleep on Bryce Thompson? Or is he going to wake everyone up out of nowhere? But hey man, with all this being said, that's about gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. If you are new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family and hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.